isang Spanish tapas or finger foods ang gagawin natin today. Ito, ginagawa to ng lola ko nung maliit pa kami. At ituturo ko sa inyo, ang croquettes.
Simpol, simpol. Luto na, ha.
So, yung gagawin natin today ay croquettes or Spanish croquettes. So, mini bite-sized potato fritters na may palaman, di ba? So, I'm using leftover mashed potatoes. So, if you want the recipe, it's on Simpol page. Just look for 1-pot mashed potato recipe. And chilled siya. So, it's very important that our mashed potatoes are chilled. So, it's easier to handle. Never make croquettes with warm mashed potatoes. So, I have 2 egg yolks. Yung egg whites gagamitin natin later on. So, I just mix 2 egg yolks into my mashed potatoes. Yan. And I add just a tablespoon of flour. Yan. Just a tablespoon of flour. That's a heaping tablespoon. So, medyo sobra sa isang tablespoon yan. And combine. Because our mashed potatoes are already seasoned, hindi ko na siya isi-season further. Yan. So, just mix and combine. Then, ready na tayo mag-shape ng ating croquettes. So, before we start stuffing our croquettes, I've readied like flour. And I just seasoned the flour with a little bit of salt and black pepper, and paprika powder. Mix that together. This is the egg whites from the egg yolks that we mix into the potatoes. I also seasoned that a little bit and beat it to break it down. Yan, konti. Yes, just beat it. And breadcrumbs. No? So I'll start. So I just have a plate ready. Yan. The meantime, and I just get a spoonful. I dust my hand with a little flour and get a spoonful of our mashed potato. And we put a piece of cheese inside. Yan. Cover it up and we roll into flour. Yan. Okay. And put it aside. So, we continue the process. Just put a piece of cheese inside at the center. So, when you bite into it, medyo nag-uus yung cheese natin. For cheese lovers, this is good for you. Yan. And now, we do our second flavor, which is our ham. So, you just get a teaspoonful, like half a teaspoonful, and again just follow the same process. No, just seal it up together. Be sure that your hands are properly floured para hindi kayo mahirapan mag-handle, and always make sure that your mashed potatoes are cold, or else it's going to be too tender to handle. Yeah, so that's the secret. Always chill your potatoes before shaping. So, we're ready to fry, and we have our standard breading na set, flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs. And eto siya, ang tip ko lang, if the potatoes become too difficult to handle, it becomes too soft, you can just chill it again. No? So, in this case, I chilled it again kasi it became too tender. So, immediately just ball it, make it into a round, and drop it into your hot oil. So, you can also do this ahead of time. Pwede mong gawin na i-shape, i-bread mo na before chilling para ready to fry na siya. Yan, just continue to fry. And we're just cooking over medium heat so that we're sure that the croquettes are heated through, no? So, pati sa loob, mainit siya. And once we've achieved that beautiful golden color, let it drip into a paper towel. Look at that. So now we'll fry the logs, croquette logs. Yan, with the ham filling. And our croquette logs are done. Beautiful. And something that seems fancy, pero using just regular ingredients. So once the excess oil has dripped off our croquettes, now we're ready to plate. Diba? Beautiful. Yan. Ayan. Look at that. So beautiful. Crisp on the outside, but very light and fluffy on the inside. Kids will love this with ketchup or mayo, and the adults will love it with a glass of wine. Here it is, our potato croquettes, Simpol! Nagustuhan niyo ba ang video na to? Please share para lalong dumami ang ating mga ka-Simpol. And don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram accounts.